bonito ya.
Okay, y'all, we're getting it painted here. You can see that our drywall work turned out pretty good. Bright white. We got the ceiling painted white. And you're gonna say, well, it looked like that before, but if you look right there at the ceiling, see where it's yellow? You can tell it's totally different right there. Totally different color. This is more of a white, whitish. It's like off-white. But he's getting it there, finishing up the trim work. We'll call this one done here shortly. You know what that means, you get check another one off the block. But we still got to put our trim up here. We'll come back when we get to doing that, and I'll show you how we do that. But now you see how that trim or that stripping ties in, where you don't have to worry about doing that kind of trim work or spackling, and it protects your edges a little better. There's a run anyway.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you necesito.
Necesita, yeah.
Okay. I don't think he realized what I was deciding, but look, we'll come back and check that. It's him. But he's a good one. He'll find it. We still ain't got that pipe over there. We'll get to it. Ain't no big deal. Get to it here shortly. But there you go, y'all. Get your little clip there, you know. We painted the inside the closet too. One around our little whatever there. He just got his paintbrush going, so he's doing that. You can see right there, if you can see that S mark, that's basically why we pulled all this drywall out of this room, because that glue there, you can't hide it. You can't cover it up. You can't get rid of it. And that was everywhere in here. You can see it, it comes down here, then goes back up there, and then comes around here in an S, and goes up there in an S. But that's the reason we pulled all the drywall out of this room. Go back and you'll see it. Back up a little bit and you'll see it. Okay, y'all, we're gonna finish this edge here with the same stuff that we've been using. It matches up decent with the other stuff there. But this is in the master. And then we're gonna do the same thing here to finish this edge off. We're gonna put it, so all the door openings basically will be wrapped in that veneer, I guess you could call it. But if you get right down to it, it's actually paneling that we cut. You should have seen it in another video back there. And we're just cutting grooves out of paneling and sticking it in here. So we can't find the other stuff. We can't buy it for some reason. I don't know why. We just can't seem to find it. And some of it already had some on it. Like that door frame there. See how that was already there. I had that on the shelf that come from the jail. I'm sure I've done told y'all that 100 times, but I don't know where in the series of videos this will come. So I don't know if that last time I told you that it was in this video or video prior. But anyway, we're in the master here. We're working on it, trying to finish it up. Just got a little bit of work to do left on it. And he's trimming this out now. So we're getting the trim knocked in there. Trimming it out. We done painted this room, but that's what the trim looks like in there. And we're just doing that because that's the same thing every other door has got. Like if you open this one's all factory door. It's got it. No, it's got it too. Just getting it because it's factory.
Putting in some of this trim. Boy, it's looking great too.
Clean up all these strange edges in here. Donnie, it has almost a cabin feel.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's like a rustic getaway in the master suite here.
Yep, this is gonna be the master suite.
Remember, this used to be the kitchen.
This was the kitchen. But if you hadn't seen that, go back and...
Yeah, if you didn't see before, go back and look.
This basically was a convenience store.
All right, so we're trimming it out. We'll get this sucker looking good here in a minute.
Okay, y'all, we got your top trim in, we got our side trim in, we got our sheetrock in. We're missing one piece right there. He just cut it. So he's fixing to put it up there. We'll have the paint crew come in and paint it. Paint crew's in the other room, that's my other guy. Like I did that. Anyway, we're gonna come in and paint it, and it'll be done. See how that turned out? You over there, you can't even notice it. There's a bunch there too. There's a bunch there too. Room turned out good. There's a bunch of stuff still in it, but we're getting them. A bunch of tools too. We're getting them all cleaned up. And we got all of our stuff staged back here. So we'll be getting there. But it's getting good. Getting real good. We're coming in here next. We're gonna knock this out. You see we got to paint that. And we've got to paint this one piece that we put in here. We get it painted and get all this stuff cleaned up and put the floor in. This room will be done here shortly. But we've got to get that painted. We've got high water door. We've got to get that painted. We've got to get the door on this room here. And a little touch up like that where we scuffed it up. And then we'll be done here shortly. But it ain't gonna be long. We'll just keep getting all of our trash and all of our extra stuff, putting it in the living room and hauling a little bit out one at a time. Okay, y'all, we got this one wrapped up. We got that wall touched up over there. We've got this side done. Get back here where you can see something. Got this side done. So, bedroom's done. We still gotta get this stuff up. I'm gonna haul some of this tonight. Then I'll haul some probably next adventure. So, we got it. It's looking good. That's probably the best view here. We still got to get the door on. I ain't got it done yet, but I got the rest of it. Okay, y'all, today we're gonna work in this back bedroom. We got to close up these holes here. We got a few holes we got to close up. We got that hole there we're gonna fix. We got that hole there we're gonna fix. We're gonna put the door on. We're gonna fix a hole there, and there's another little one back there. We're gonna put flooring in here. So that's what we're gonna try to do today. Let's get this back room squared away here, the best we can, obviously. And get it knocked out. A couple little holes, one there in the floor. That's where they was running all them wirings through. Basically, we're gonna go underneath and stick 2x4s in there and lock them up and screw them through the top where it's just, there's no hole there. So you won't get no draft through it no more. But that's what we're doing. We're gonna go down there and start knocking that out. This room should be totally different here in a little bit. We're fitting this door. If you remember, we had to replace this whole section over here. So we're just hoping that that is correct and that door come out of another mobile home. We drove to High Point to get those doors. We went and got 6 or 8 of them at one time. Guy changed them all out in his house, so we went and bought them all so we could use them in this place. These doors are like $70 a piece or something, $80 a piece. So if you can find them that are not tore up and they're used, it's well worth it. So that's what we did. We ran and got, like I say, 7 or 8 of them, 10 of them, something like that. off the same guy. And we're using them in this house. We made sure we had the right sizes. But they only make a couple sizes. And the right swing, left swing is not a thing with these doors because the handle is right in the middle. So you can put them on, you flip it upside down, you got a left swing, you flip it this way, you got a right swing, or vice versa. I'm not thinking about that, I'm just talking. So that's what you can do with that. And that's what we're doing. We're just putting that door up right now. We'll cut a little groove in the paneling that we put in over there to make the door latch. And then we're off to the races. Okay, our door is too tall. So we're gonna cut, it's factory edge. You can see there on the end. It's factory edge on it, still got the writing on it. We're gonna cut about a quarter to 3/8 off the bottom of that door and make it nice and flat. You can see down there where we put a mark. We're gonna cut it all the way across. We got a little hump back there in the floor. It just ever so slightly a little hump there. So we're gonna cut it off, and when we cut it, we're gonna make sure we leave room for the flooring. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna be done. All these doors in these places are custom fit. A lot of them, what they do, like when this mobile home was new, that's the door that was in there. It's sticking up 3 inches off the floor. And they do that, I guess, for ventilation purposes, because the air conditioner won't hold up. But we like getting them down, especially in the master, where you got a little bit of privacy. You know, you doing stuff in here, you don't want the kids to hear you outside. You got to have it down. I'm probably gonna move that one to over there and put the new tall one. I got the tall boy there. Probably put it here. So I don't know. So it'll be all the way down. I don't know. You know, that there, you're doing your business in the bathroom. You don't want it coming in the bedroom. You need it all the way down. So we'll see what we can do there. Starting back here, we're trying to get this floor started here. He's getting them locked together. We're gonna start running. This is that vinyl plank, luxury vinyl plank. Once you get started, you can roll with it, but this first piece is a pain in the butt. Him throwing trash over his shoulder ain't helping nothing. So first piece, we're gonna have to trim it right there so we can get it back. It's out an inch up there, so it's out an inch over here. Yeah, so it's sitting in here at an angle. We'll get that fixed up here, and then we'll get to running. We got to shorten the distance. Basically, he's got that side touching over there, so it's running out of an angle because it's not perfect right there. So what we'll do, we'll kick this side back a little bit, which will bring the whole thing. Our trim will get it now. And he's out 3/4 down there and 3/4 here. We use 3/4 inch trim, and it will get it no problem. So there we go. We'll get it. What you do to one, you got to do to all of them. So he's getting it there. He's laying them backwards right now, yeah. It's supposed to go that way. But he's laying them underneath and locking them. You can lay them either way you want to, as long as you take your time to do it. But it's got locks. If y'all ain't never seen this, it's got locks. Come on, focus. If I can get focus here. Basically got a lock on that end. Come on, focus out. We'll get there eventually. It's got a lock on that end and it's got a lock under there. So it can lock in there and on top. So the easiest way to do it is to lay this down and lay the other one on top of the lock. He's running it backwards so he can get a small end up there. And then the next one he'll run this way, then the next one he'll run backwards. So he keeps getting to use them small pieces. Now, y'all gonna say, well, if you didn't have the other room, you wouldn't have the small pieces. Yeah, I still have the small pieces because I gotta do this, and this is less than 4 foot. So I get the small pieces from there. If I wasn't, already had them. So I'll end up with more small pieces here shortly. But you got to have your thinking cap on to remember or to know what size to cut small pieces off of. And yes, I could have put small pieces down here to make it easier, but the trick was I already had them. So that's what the lock was on them, not the other end. If the other end was on them, you'd put them down here. So the lock's hanging out down here, but that don't matter because I'm gonna put trim across it. So once you trim it out, it'll all come together. You just cut this stuff with a regular circular saw. You can cut it with a utility knife if you want. You got to slice it about 4 or 5 times. This stuff does have the padding on the back, so it's a little more, I guess, expensive. But we bought it as an overrun. So we bought the whole house the same color, and it's an overrun. And like when you drop it, you get stuff like that. Get away from that radio before I get some injury. So when you drop it, you get spots like that. Is that a bad spot? Piece broke off of it. That's a pretty good look at that lock. You can see it there pretty good. Okay, y'all, you can see that lock pretty good. It's on 2 sides, and the back side is locked there. Just broke off up there, and there's padding on it. Not a lot of padding, but there's a little bit of padding there. So that's the stuff that you want to look for. We cut that off because it was a bad spot, obviously. So this is trash. There's nothing you can use this for. Because it don't have a lock on that side and don't have a lock on that side. I mean, it does have, but it's broke. So the only thing this could be used for, if you had a closet that was less than whatever that is, 12, 14 inches there. So this one's just trash. It won't be used. Okay, y'all, we got this floor done in here. It's echoing a little bit, but we got it all done here. This floor made it happen. Knocked it out and got it done in here also. Just knocked it out. So obviously this is gonna have a piece of drywall over it. You won't see none of that. Gotta get it all closed up, but we gotta still connect these two water lines yet. There's one there and one there. We gotta get connected in. But all this flooring is done. It's nice to get part of it knocked out here. We're getting there slowly but surely, but it's coming along. Y'all have been saving that piece to put back in there. We finally got it back. That is the piece that goes in front of the hot water tank. But we got it. I hadn't painted it or nothing. That's factory color, factory paint, everything. So we got all that sealed back up and good to go. So we'll be good with that and we won't have to deal with that no more. We got all the plumbing done. That was the last part, and getting that covered up and making it nice. So there we go. That's in the closet in the master bedroom. Okay, y'all, here we go. This one here, got the trim down, trimming it out. There you go. He's putting caulk around the top of it. Getting it all trimmed out. Everything's done in here. Got the ceilings, got everything done. Waiting on our electrician. But other than that, it is a wrap. This one is done. Stamp it, finished, done. Don't need to worry about it no more. Flooring turned out nice. All the trim turned out nice around the floor. If y'all remember back, this was the kitchen. So this was the kitchen for the convenience store. Had a bunch of pipes and sinks and all kinds of stuff in it. We made the closet back. We made everything back, put it all back the way it was. Master bedroom. Y'all, you remember this one, Arnie?
Yeah, remember how the ceiling hung down?
Ceiling was flat across it.
They had built a new ceiling.
Because it was a kitchen.
So that for some kind of, basically to turn this into a kitchen, they had to meet certain criteria. So they had to get rid of the vaulted ceiling for some reason.
It had to have a slick ceiling, so it was easier to put in that luan up there to make it slick.
Oh yeah, they had put that plastic stuff on it. Yeah, that's right.
So it had a sink right there where you were standing. Had another sink over here.
Remember, it was all screwed up.
Had PVC pipe sticking up out of the floor that far.
Yeah.
All this PVC pipe was running out on the ground outside.
Yeah.
It was
Crazy.
This is crazy.
Wasn't all that trim missing up there too?
Yeah, all that's new trim up there everywhere.
So we had to tear out the ceiling, Notice we have put a nice fan in here. Now it looks like, Donnie, that you can't walk under that without hitting your head.
Oh yeah, you can walk under.
You might hit the little chain, but
You can walk under.
I think they're probably going to put a bed right there and it'll stick out, so you're not going to be able to walk under that anyway.
Yeah, and you're gonna have that side for the nightstand with the phone charger. And you'll have this side with the nightstand phone charger. You'll be good to go. Mm-hmm. This one took a lot of work.
This was like one of the hardest parts of the house.
Yeah, we had to rebuild that wall. There wasn't another closet. So
That wasn't there?
no closet wasn't.
I forgot about that.
There's a little hip wall that come in right to about here.
Oh yeah, because that's what they've got the electrical panel was on.
Yeah, it was.
There's also the water heater behind there, so they kind of had to have something.
Yeah, it was about to there, and all this was open. So we rebuilt all that. We had to put all this. It had glue on it so bad.
Yeah.
That we had to replace all this drywall in here. Every piece of this drywall has been replaced. So all these are new strips that we made. We showed you guys how we did that. We redid all these up here, all the trim, put new lights in it, all new wiring. There's a little fire over there in the wall where the electrician had to fix all that.
Basically, they had big old heavy machinery in here, running off like 30 amp breakers and stuff.
Right here, this was all rotted out. We had to replace all this flooring in here. The air conditioning duct was collapsed. I think it was here. Might have been in that bathroom, but I think it was here. We had to fix all that. We had to retrim out the door, the window there. All that was rotted out. There was an extra hole over here in the wall where there was another air conditioner.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There was a hole in that wall, like all the way outside.
Yeah, right.
That was one of the first things we repaired.
Yeah, big old hole. So we did extensive work in here. Had to put new insulation in it. Had to do a bunch of work.
Tell them about the chirping thing, Donnie. They're driving them crazy. It's going beep, beep.
That is the smoke detector. Basically, at night when we leave, we kill all the power to these houses. What we're working on.
We're not going to leave and leave the power on. What would it afford a man?
So we turn it off. When we turn it off, the batteries in the smoke detectors and the carbon monoxide detectors go dead if you do that, because they chirp all night by themselves on the batteries. So instead of killing the batteries, we just don't pull the little plastic tab after somebody moves in. Then we'll pull the tab and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Turn the light on there, right?
The light works?
I hope. Yep.
Oh, man.
There we go.
You know what we call this, people? This is like Hollywood. Look at that.
Holly. Yeah, if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up for filming. Subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already, and we'll catch you on the next one.